Hey folks, I'm Surveying Glory and welcome to part 90 of my playthrough of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. And look what I'm doing. I think there's about a month, or maybe a couple of months almost, passed since I left off last time, and I've been focusing on, once again, trying to get crime under control. So I have taken out another significant loan. So another £2 million ruble roll. Excuse me, another 2 million ruble loan, paid off some of the previous one. But what I did with the majority of the money was bring in residents to these two flats and tried to balance out the number of, look at that, it's changed already, that was 162 and 161. So yeah, trying to balance out the basic education and the university education workers and bring in more residents down here to make sure that we keep enough sellers in the shop, because all of this nonsense about people couldn't get clothes or couldn't get electronics, that shouldn't have been happening, but it was purely down to lack of residents. I've also up here turned this into a ghost town, so all of the residents have moved out. Of the 5... what are you doing? How did you get in there? Get out. Come and live down here where it's lovely. So, yes, we've got that. And we still have workers getting bussed up to man the fire station, just to make sure that none of that infrastructure up there burns to the ground. So, yes, but the main focus continues to be on trying to manage our crime, and bumped up the court staff and judges to maximum, because look at the number of cases that we're getting transferred through now, and that one's not going to be tried before the statute of limitations runs out. I don't think. That one definitely not. 93%, 35 and 81. That's got a chance because it's a minor crime. I really don't see that one making it. Even that one. In fact, let's just bite the bullet. Cancel those, cancel that, cancel that. Right. Okay. So, yeah, that affects our statute of limitations. Are we exporting bitumen? We're not. Let's get that underway. Try and boost what economy we have. I mean, we're still making, if you look at the import and export, almost 40,000 rubles profit per month, but we're paying off more than that in terms of our loan. 43. Yeah, so this is going to be my life for a while. So what I think I'm actually going to do, probably I'll end this series here, and then I'll focus in on the crime for maybe a year or two, and if I can get it under control, then I'll come back with a second season. And we'll see how we get on with that. Let me have a look at the crime and justice. So last year, 1,078. Yeah, so it has come down the last few years. And this year, yeah, I would have hoped, well, we're over halfway through the year, aren't we? So I'd hope to get below 1,000 reported crimes this year. And the focus obviously on serious crime and medium crimes where possible, because that should reduce the level of criminality more. In theory, that's down to 4% now, and that's probably a lot to do with having brought in a lot of immigrants. Okay, I'm going to shut these down for now. We'll be back to them ere long. Let's have a look at the overlay. Oh no, the overlay doesn't give us criminality, does it? Yeah, that is something that, given the crime and justice is now part of the game, I really think there should be an overlay that shows the level of criminality across different areas. So no, there's nothing in here. Look at number of patrolled crimes, go to 2,000. Not patrolled crimes, so there's only a few. Most of the crimes, even though we've only got the one vehicle now, most of the crimes are being patrolled. Anything out here? One there. Okay. Minor crimes. 12 minor crimes in the radio station, 38 in the indoor swimming pool. I wonder what sort of crimes those were. 43 in the cinema, 65 in the shop. Shoplifters, 32 and 24 shoplifters. Right. Serious crimes. 20 murders in the shop. 14 drownings. Right, okay, so fair enough. Not what I was after, but slightly interesting all the same. And bringing in the immigrants and having them focus on working in the police stations obviously increases the level of productivity. Well, and again, default has dropped to 30% productivity. Somebody's at 101, so some freak of nature there. But that's ridiculous that already it's gone from 80 and upwards. And there's more average productivity in Crumnova station, as opposed to down here in Svitkov, where we got all the new immigrants. Anyway, happiness at least is on the way up, 51%. What's our population stats looking like? This year, you can see where I've brought in more immigrants. Nice to see births has increased. Okay. Right. Continue to focus on this. Limitation there of 94, but you're 86%. You might still make it. This don't look good. Taking them out. And that as well. And you. So yeah, the statute of limitations, so how long, it's basically the time available to investigate and try the crime before it's judged to be what's the word? Unjustified, I suppose. Not really what I'm after, but it's not reasonable to continue to try somebody for a crime after that length of time. Come on, you can make it. Something that surprises me is looking at the split of staff. You can have very similar numbers up here, but then maybe it's to do with productivity, actually. So the numbers not on the right could be, as they are, better than on the left, but the number of crimes that can be investigated, or the speed that they'd be investigated, isn't as good. So it's quite a complex system, obviously. We've only 20 prisoners at the moment. Nobody's escaped this year, at least. We've managed to keep the level of warders above the level of prisoners for a change. And unemployment, 25 people can't work due to no workplace, 63 due to low education. I've allowed any government loyalty to be students and to work in the university. Same with even the secret police. You don't need to have any government loyalty now to be one of the Stasi. Right, 71%, 63%, it's not happening. We've not started already. 84% probably similar. And unexamined criminal cases, still round about the same level as last year. And now all of a sudden we've got 16. 1/4 of referred cases haven't made it through the courts. Okay. We've got 3, 7, 8, 10, 14 cases in each police station, which they seem capable of handling, even though they've got not enough police officers. How many judges do you have? I get 12, and we're in the working day. Going to reduce the number of folk from here that work at the university, because I do think that's of lesser importance. Sort of. We do need the university educated people, obviously, to be police officers, but we need the crime down. I think that's more of a priority. Exports. Yeah, just about on track for 70,000 again. I'll continue to export bitumen for now. Okay, so all look okay. Might get rid of that just to free up some judges' time. %63% chance to solve, I think, is too low. I'll leave it for now though, because they don't seem to be struggling. We'll see how quickly it ticks on. "23 prisoners now." Also upped the sentences for crimes, just to try and make sure that criminality is reduced as much as possible. 10%, but you're just arrived down here. 0% criminality, 0% there, 0. You've got 7%. You've still got almost half your sentence to go. 22% there, again, nearly half. 76% for you, but you've got a long way. 5, 8%. Yeah. So I think we are eliminating criminality from these folks before they leave prison. Quick check here, that can go. And then we're doing a good job in everything apart from government loyalty. But even that's gone up to 22% overall. So there are definite signs of improvement against a number of measures. So fingers crossed it continues. I would hate to have to start all over again. But then, here's my first run through with the crime and justice mechanic. So it'd be good to start over and get this up and running early on, because I really didn't think it would have that much of an impact. I mean, why would you put a mechanic into a game if it wasn't going to have impact? Something I wanted to check over here. Do you have vehicles? Yeah, you do have vehicles. Running from the grain storage to the other grain storage that serves the food factory. Load crops. And you are that one. You close down, please. Let me see this and this. Yeah, just to make sure, unload just crops. I mean, you shouldn't pick up anything but crops. Alright, anything here looking problematic? Apart from, well, again, that should be alright. The speed with which minor crimes are tried. Keep you on for now. We've got 99% here, so you should have the capacity now. So another 99 there. Well, the courts have the capacity though. Unemployment continues to be. Where is unemployment? And that's not to do with education, that's no workplace. So we'll look at our overlay. Worker was unemployed. Right, so 8 here and here, and also there. Give me 10 of your workers. Add them there. And then give me 5 with university education. That's probably not really what I should be doing. Take 10 from here as well. Okay, settle for that. Do you have just a little bitumen left? So, sounded a bit rude. Yeah, stop exporting bitumen. That's okay there, I think. And I get hopeful that all of these can be tried in time. Still in like 24 prisoners. And the prisoners now head up to the coal mine. We've only got 50 tons of coal. It's not great. No, 95 is not what I'm after. Let's change that to 75. A few more workplaces as well for people who are not too lazy. Why have I not been on faster speed? Why did nobody tell me? Maxed out there. So try and get more coal out. There's a few prisoners arriving to lighten the mood. And that's okay. Yeah, we've got 98 there that should tick through quite rapidly. 98 there, take a wee bit longer. Happiness has gone up to 52. It's in the stratosphere compared with where it used to be. That's not happening, 71%. And hadn't even started to be tried. Up to 27 prisoners. Right, we have grain being brought in. And up here, yeah, fields in here are all being harvested as well. 25 tons of crops there, 262 there. Well, we've maxed out on the number of workers. And nobody seems to be complaining about not having meat. Well, I reckon we're okay. Right. So this is down around about the same level, so is that... No, not without power supply. How can you be without power supply? We've got no bloody workers. The bus spacing just does not work. You're on your way into the power plant, 34 workers. I don't want any complaints here, so we're going to start importing until the workers get into position. Here we go. Start exporting again. But it's wee things like that that really mess you up. During the winter, you get the same sort of thing. Not enough workers get to the heating plants, and all of a sudden a couple of weeks have gone by and folk are freezing to death and running away. As you would. Right. Okay, I think we've got too many cases in here for comfort. And the same here and there, you can go. $98 shouldn't be too long before it's through. $94. Can't really afford any more cases in here. And I don't think these are actually going to be investigated. Take that one out as well. Alcohol addiction up to 5%. I think that's a result of the immigrants coming in. I think overall it's on a downward trajectory. I don't know that we're going to make the 70,000 export. We might, we'll see. I think I actually need another courthouse. Maybe that's I need to take out another loan and get one of those constructed. And I don't have the workers just now actually I need to bring in foreign workers to do any construction. I could have another court facility up here. But I don't know how it assigns cases. I don't know if it would just split them 50-50 or whether it goes to the nearest courthouse or what. And maybe something I need to look up. Something else. 69%, 51, 15%, 55, you're not going. 9%, 52, 0%, 60. 0%, 57. Try and keep that down to manageable levels. We're already at the same number of cases that haven't progressed through the system as last year. And more I need to get rid of. Close to 70,000. I'm wondering if I'm going to be able to stay at 52% through the winter, which usually is a real challenge. These haven't been harvested yet. You've only got the one harvester. Well, it's a bit late, but yeah, let's go ahead. I really didn't think you've got fuel. I'm surprised that that tractor has been harvesting for so long and it's only managed one medium field and one small field and 3/4 of a big field. Oh, didn't mean to shut that down. It's your story. Get rid of that. That. You've got way too many. Alcohol addiction's down to 4% again, so yeah, that's looking okay. Poor people can't visit a doctor, they're probably down here. We don't seem to be able to treat many patients at all, despite having 5 doctors here. And people don't seem to want to go to the hospital up here. I could drop that down, and I shall teach them, use the services or lose them. Up to 34 prisoners all of a sudden. We have to get more warders, and we keep going at this rate. Let's have a look. Criminality 0%, 59% for this guy. But you're only coming up on 2 years through an 8-year sentence. 66%. Yeah, most of these folks are leaving the prison with 0% criminality. Maybe I need to bump up a wee bit further. Let's go up to 2 years, 3 years, 3.5. Oh, teach the buggers. Okay. No, you're not making it. 0% tried, 73% limitation. And you two, and you. Because there are far too many cases here for the poor wee judges. Not even getting their afternoon naps. Still got unemployment issues. We only made 65,000 rubles profit last month, but that's not too bad. Good to go ahead, start exporting bitumen again. And I'm going to cut that out. And you as well. But the reason I was coming up here originally was to check out this again. Workers were unemployed. 3, 1, 5, 1, 1, 1, 3, 2, 6. Still up here. Nobody's unemployed down here. And we've got spaces in both of those flats. You have university educated workers. Let's shift them all into there. And how many? You still got 100 workers of your own. Okay, continue with that. "39 prisoners. 40. So this is okay for now. 2 to 1 would be where I would start to worry. Now we're at 2 to 1. Let's try and bump it up a bit then. The problem is that obviously the warders go home in the evening, but the prisoners don't. The prisoners do. When the warders go home, the prisoners tend to go home as well. In a manner of speaking. Right, we're doing okay there. Temperature in the building is too low. Mid-September. Missed that. 15 workers here and get 6 up here. What's the temperature anyway? 14 degrees. Fixed. Seemingly. Yeah, as I said, it's wee things like that. All of a sudden, the productivity drops even further because of the lack of heating in the buildings. So we're still on par. In fact, this is much better than it was last time. Despite my culls. Don't see this one being done. We're on 46%, that 52%. Leave the rest as they are. I think if I go and cancel these cases, rather than letting them go free, I think they should just be chucked in prison anyway. It would certainly help the running of my republic. I think we've still got enough bitumen here to be able to export it. Just for now. Oh, look, 53% happiness almost. Another thing that I did in between parts was shut down the small radio station down here. I don't think it was making any difference at all. Still have this one up here operating. And it's doing its best to try and prop up Soviet government loyalty. But I think we're just going to bung some points into cultural enjoyment, maybe. I could even put some into preference for sport. Doesn't make much of a difference. Well, again, it's because of the quality of the actors and number of actors and moderators, isn't it? Put that back to there. I want you at 0, to be honest, but never mind, stay as you are. And nothing looks like it needs dealt with here. Well, you've got 9% chance to solve, 77% limitation. You're not going to make it through. That's amazing. 31% examined or investigated and 9% limitation. Okay, they're all good enough. These ones here, this looking a bit problematic, but we'll leave it for now since we have the capacity. And then here, limitations are all decent enough, apart from this one. That goes, and that goes. You as well, probably, and you. You are all just a waste of space, unfortunately. Right, I'm going to put a break in here. I noticed 53%, there we are, again, 53% happiness. So we'll try and maintain that throughout the winter. But as I said earlier on, I'm going to bring an end to this season here and come back with season 2 if we manage to get crime under control, get happiness and government loyalty back up. If I can't manage that, then at some point in the future I will come back with a new playthrough, probably on a different map, as you'll see. Anyway, for now, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this. Please leave me a comment, rate the video, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content, and hope to see you again next time. Cheers!